Time is really not on the side anymore. So let's start from the daily, as always. Okay. All right, so I want to know what this guy has been doing. I mean, from inception. I want to know what this guy has really been doing. Immemorial. All right. But then okay. So obviously this guy has not really, like given a clear direction over time. Okay, this guy has not given really given a clear direction over time. So, but then we could say that this higher low, higher low, higher high, break of structure, right? And then price came back to retest this last up move. Wow, beautiful. And then ever since then it has been selling. Okay. So if you want to look at the macro structure of this guy shifted from being bullish to being bearish. Okay. So now we want to really know what this guy plays. All of these rejections. Why did he sell from here? Why did he sell from here? Why did he come back to clear this area? You understand? Why did he buy from here? Why did he buy from this? All of these rejections, we want to know what is consistent with VIX 25 oneness and its character. All right, that's the purpose. We want to look at past price action so that we can always use it to predict future price action and blah and all that good stuff, right? So I'm going to switch back to candles. All right, so let's see here. Let's go back and so yeah, this could be higher low, all of this as higher high, they closed below this guy, right? I still went back to close above. So let's see why. All right, now in this area, right, who can tell me what happened here? Right, price accumulated beautifully out of that region, right? Lower high, lower low, break of structure. And what did they come back to play? Let's zoom in. Let's zoom in and see what they came back to play. Now this would have actually, like, if you checked the weekly, right? If you check the weekly on our MT5, this was a very, this would have been a very clean liquidity sweep, right? Do we all agree? And then, maybe these candles could have just been one candle, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so this could have been 1 week's candle, right? So if we measure that, 50%, so they actually came to play 50% of these consecutive down candles. All right, and then they rallied up. Okay, so 50% of institutional candle after a liquidity sweep, we have seen them play it, right? So like it's my custom, we want to note all of this and see the one that is most consistent. Okay, so first we have 50% of institutional candle, right? So someone could help us take that down. Yeah, so let's continue. So over here, I mean, after they did this, after they broke structure, this was our range, right? Higher high, low, higher high, break of structure. Let's see if it did close below. Yeah, I think it did. Let's switch to line chart so as to eradicate any form of confusion. So I think it didn't really close below, yeah? Or was the contrary opinion? Did it close below? Oh, it didn't. It didn't close below. All right. Just a minute, guys. I want to check something. Oh, wow. I mean, just wow. All right. So this guy didn't close below. So let's go back to candles. Okay. Now, it didn't close below, but then see what they did here. See what they did here. Okay. They swept these eyes, right? Swept it and did what? Closed within structure. Okay. Closed. Please, Miss Kelechi, stop writing on my screen, please. Please kindly help me take it off. Thank you. Please, 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 kindly let me take that off. I'm so Miss Kelechi, please, can you help me remove that annotation, please? Thank you. All right, so where was I? I got distracted. Okay, yeah, so they wicked us out, right? You know, a limit trader here will probably have been stopped out. But if you are, you know, my kind of trader that loves to see, you know, that evidence, you know, blah, 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 you know, you probably might have caught this trade. I wish we could go to the lower time frame to see this beautiful play here. But then we can't. All right. So is there any reason why they rejected from here? Let's see. None that I can find. Okay, so for me, I feel like, oh, sorry. Yeah, so, yeah, so for me, I feel like this was just accumulation below major lows, right? We have this lower high, lower low, and then price broke structure. Okay. Now, still the same thing, guys. See what they did again when they came back here. Just look at that good week. So it's like this guy likes to week out a lot, obviously. Likes to week out a lot, right? Wicked everybody out, closed within structure, right? I'm sure we would have gotten that, you know, reaccumulation here. Okay, so let's see if we can go to time frame lower. Excuse me, guys. Let me take water, please. So here's what I'm seeing, right? Structure, still structure, still. All right, so let's see for hours. Your grace is enough for me. So let's go to the 4 hours and see if that was it. So this is the second time we are seeing price weak everybody out before, giving that push. Where was it? Where was it? Is it? Okay, it was here. Was it this, guys? I think it was this area here. Yeah, it was this area. So like I said, structure, they were high, they were low, they were high, they were low, break of structure, came back to play. I think that should be 50% of this last down candle. Yeah, boom. Yep, 50%. Stops below the low. And ever since then, it has been a massive ride. So I think one other thing about this guy that I'm seeing is the fact that when it is trending, it trends massively. Who else agrees with that? Can just drop in the chat box. When it's trending, it trends massively. Right? Because after here, they didn't come back. I mean, they never came back. They never came back. They never came back. So now, even on this area, this region, I think for me, there was a very clear reaccumulation out of this area. Let's see if 1 hour would give us that data so we can really see. So we are seeing this guy obey, should I say obey, right? But then we are seeing this guy give us accumulations, reaccumulations, before moving and all of that. Okay, so where was that region? Okay. Is it here? I think it was here, right? I'm confused right now. Guys, I think it was here. Okay, so let me draw this and go back to the 4 hours to confirm. Oh my Lord. Okay. Was this that area we were looking at? Pardon me, me no be say I don't the old though. I want to really find. Okay, it was here. Okay. So let's go to the 1 hour. Okay, so just a minute. So let's go back in time. This is not it. Oof, okay. Let's see if it will load up. Okay, I don't think this guy wants to show us. So, oh wow. Okay, let's check the 2 hours. Okay, let's see if we would have the data on the 2 hours. So why didn't the 1 hour load? Please load, please load, please load. There's actually something I wanted to show us here on this. Okay, let's continue. Let's not have that delay us. There's actually something I wanted to show us, which would have been clearer. Okay, so because of time. So for me, inside of this area, I feel like they reaccumulated here, right? Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and then they broke structure and price came back. So if you had probably missed this first entry, this was another entry for you right here. Okay. So that was another entry for you right there. So let's continue to see. Now, for me, I'll pick this as higher low, higher high. What did they do again? Wicked out, stopped everybody out before going up, and then they still well-respected structure. The well-respected structure. So I think it's common with this guy to always do that. So why did they reject from here? Why did they reverse from here? Whew. Okay, I think there was this tiny imbalance here. Very tiny imbalance, right? They played the complete field. Then also, this imbalance, they just tapped the open, filled this first imbalance, tap the open of this imbalance, and then what? They ran away. Okay, so yeah. Now again, while they were coming to sell down, higher low, higher high, break of structure, they came back to play this institutional candle. First time they were not weakening us out, right? So if we went to a lower time frame, okay, they might just have played like 50% of that candle that took out, that last institutional candle, right? And then it came down. So we have seen them play institutional candles. We have seen them play imbalances, right? We have also seen them weak everybody out, then accumulate before they push in whatever direction they were willing to go in. Okay, and then once this guy begins to move, like, it doesn't look back. Okay, it doesn't look back. Let's go back to the 8 hours. So by the time we are moving closer to, by the time we are moving closer to where we would have the price data for lower time frames, you can see. All right, now this is beautiful. I mean, this is just too beautiful. Let me remove all of these lines. This is why we say that higher time frame is king, right? Don't ever joke with higher time frame. Okay, so on the higher time frame, now this is how you would see, guys. This is how you would not fret when you miss out on moves, right? So let's go. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, break of structure. But then look at this, guys. This last institutional candle was where they rejected from. They still came back for that institutional candle. All right, they came back for that institutional candle. So this break of structure here was an internal liquidity sweep. Then after they came back for that institutional candle, let's see if it was the 50% they played. So we want to ascertain that, okay, this guy likes playing 50% of ICs. I mean, look at it, guys. Look at it, guys. Let me remove this. Guys, can you see it? 50%. And it was a super sniper. All right. It was a super sniper. So this guy likes okay. So let's go. So lower high, lower low, the broke structure. Let's mark out this institutional candle, right? And mark out the 50% of it, right? And let's see if they came back to the 50%. Okay, so let us see. Please come back. Now, eventually, when they came back for blood, right? They came back for blood. Okay. So, what then did they do after that? Now, let's find out this. All right. Okay, beautiful. We want to go again, structure. Higher low, higher high, break. All right. They came this time around, they just tapped this guy, right? They just tapped this guy, open, and then they fell. Okay. They tapped the open and then they fell. And like I said, this guy trends when it moves. Okay. I wanted to say this same thing about one asset, but I don't want to go ahead of myself because there's another particular asset that trends massively like this when it wants to. Okay, so but then they trended, they kept going down. Now, this is also another place that we could have joined the sell from. Lower high, lower low. They came back to play the open of that institutional candle, right? And then, They gave, well, that was, let's see. They gave a 1 to 3. Beautiful. Before they actually did come back. Okay. So let's keep pushing. So now institutional candles, we have seen that this guy plays institutional candles a lot, right? Do we agree with me? This guy plays institutional candles a lot. Now, like, guys, this is one thing I want us to note. Please just write this down. Okay. Your previous entry, more often than not, becomes your next point of interest. I'll take that again. Your previous entry, more often than not, becomes your next point of interest. Now, this was our initial point of interest, right? Okay. And this was our entry. Now, if we move our point of interest, okay, we are running out of time. If we move our point of, move our point of interest to this institutional candle. This was our entry, that first entry. See how it became the next POI to look out for. Can you see this, guys? Became the next POI for us to look out for. And they beautifully redistributed. So this guy reaccumulates and redistributes clearly. I mean, it's always clear. Let's switch to line charts. It's always clear, guys. Higher low, higher high, break of structure, came back to this up push. Like, guys, can you see this? This is why this is why me as a person, I like to wait for reaccumulations, redistributions. Okay. A minute. Okay. So this guy is still dancing around. All right. I like to play it. And then this guy they played more than the 50%. So let's just say the 50% was here. Stops above the eye. Man, sheesh. This was what? This has been running like, I mean, potentially this guy gave potentially a 1 to 19. So you were risking $10. You would have made how many dollars on this guy? If you were risking $100, you would have made how much? If you were risking $1,000, you would have made how much? Calculate it yourself, guys. Do the maths. After this, I may just send another link so we can finish up. Okay. So we had here lower high, lower low. All right, break of structure. But then I think for the first time, this guy didn't come back for us. Or did it? Okay. They didn't come back for us actually over time. Wait to. Wow, they actually came back. So now this is it. If price leaves you